If your bag down the left hand of the person.
Let her touch it. You can let her touch it, but she shouldn't come to spoil something. I'm working on sunshine. Oh, I'm working on sunshine. Yeah. So I'm styling this hair because I have already styled it before. So I'm not doing too many things again. I'm not adding any products. Okay, so see how sleek it's looking. See the hair strands. See how shiny. I used the Fantasia Heat Protectant Straightening Spray on this hair. I styled it 2 weeks ago, but I had to restyle it because it has been in a backpack for quite some time. So I had to restyle it because being in the backpack, it started folding, and also, yeah, reason why I'm restyling it, and that's why it is how it is currently. Feel free to drop your comments. Feel free to please also like my video, and also should you require any questions, please also let me know. I'm here to answer your questions. This is actually also a learning session, so if there are any questions, I am open to answering your questions. Thank you in anticipation for that. So I'm not using any products to style the hair. No products at all. I've already applied the Fantasia straightening spray weeks ago when I initially styled the hair. So this time around, I'm just straightening it because it has been in a backpack for too long, and I'm going to be delivering the hair today. So I need it. Immediately I took it out of the backpack, it was looking it wasn't looking so straight. It was supposed to look very straight because that's the style, right? So it wasn't looking so straight, hence the reason why I am straightening it again so that it looks very sharp. So I want to tell you all a backstory. Back then when I used to own a salon in 2020, 2019, well, I don't in 2029 yet, sorry. So back then in 2020, 2019, 2021, 2022, when I used to own a salon, when I started a salon business newly, I used to have this client that is a social media freak, yeah. So they're always on social media looking out for styles, my installations. Then I had to pause my the sound of my dryer so you can hear me clearly. So then I used to give the baddest kind of installations on hairs. I think I need to go and get videos or pictures from my Instagram, page, and one day I'll just do like a picture collage, like a backstory or throwback story of when I used to own a salon. So she's like a social media freak. She's always on social media, getting new styles, looking at new things. So she came to me and she said, "Ah, Mama, there's this new thing online now that straighteners don't work well on hairs anymore, that you have to straighten your hairs with pressing iron." Ha! I say, hey, straighteners have every kind of heat, right? If you want low heat, I'll show you. After I finish straightening this particular strand, I'll remove my straightener and show you what I'm talking about. So straighteners have different kind of strands, right? Heat level, right? So and also same goes with ironing, but then iron has more heat strands because iron is meant for fabric, not for hair. As much as hair can be plastic or they are made in a certain way, iron should not be used for hair. So like this straightener I'm using, this is the Cloud 9 Elite Plus, right? If you look in here, you would see 155 degrees, 180 degrees, 230 degrees. These are the degree levels of this particular straightener, and there are in betweens also, just that the in betweens were not labeled. So and I said, okay, no problem. So for every time I try to straighten a hair and I try to get it to be very sharp, I tend to use the pressing iron. So and it was working. Just that pressing iron is for clothes again. Let me just repeat myself. Pressing iron is for clothes, not for hair, because hair is fragile. You can end up burning your hair. You can end up damaging your hair because you're using pressing iron to straighten it. But little did I know then, so I proceeded to using the pressing iron, and it was giving results, especially for bone straight hairs, right? You know, bone straight hairs are like Vietnamese hairs, so it's not like baby teen hairs that are really beautiful and flat. Bone straight hairs can be shiny. Yeah, bone straight hairs are very shiny, and also you need that pressing iron. You need the iron effects to make it look more sharp. And also I was using the pressing iron for bone straight hair until one day one client gave me her mother's wig to make. I don't know if she's on this live because they all follow me here on YouTube, but it's not a problem. I'll still talk about it anyway because it is a learning call for all of us. So one client gave me her mother's hair, a 2 by 6 Kim K closure wig. My job was to wig the hair, straighten it, and then it's a bone straight. So like I said, bone straights can be really shiny, but they are not of the best qualities. Bone straight hairs are not the best qualities. Bone straight hairs, they tangle more than anything. Trust me. Bone straight hair can tangle and frustrate you, and you even think that it's a blended hair, but it's not a blended hair. So back to the story. I finished making the hair. I finished making the wig. I don't even know what happened that day, but I wasn't in the best mood. So I said, okay, it's time to straighten the hair. And my girls told me, madam, our straightener don't burn. No. I was like, how? What happened? This is the same straightener I used not too long ago. So what are you telling me? How did the straightener get burnt? Then they said, the straightener just got burnt now. And I'm like, I'm in trouble. So, and this lady has already been calling me because her mom was supposed to use it for a wedding on Saturday and the rest of it. And I said, okay, no problem. Give me pressing iron. Let me use it. So like I always do for my hairs, in case I want to straighten my hair, or I want to tongue my hair, or I want to use hot comb on my hair, the first thing I do is to plug the heat device, or the device I'll use to work on that hair. I'll plug it for some time, right, so that it will be hot enough so that when I put in the straightener or or the coiler and all, it gets to work immediately. I hate to slow down, especially when it comes to products that are heat producing, items that are heat producing. I hate to slow down and all, so I use the pressing iron. I was going through it, it was cool, right, until I got to the closure part and I burnt the lace. That was like the worst day of my life. The lady was literally standing outside waiting for me. She came with a bike. So I didn't know what to tell her. I was confused. The pressing iron somehow touched the lace. I think it was when I was trying to straighten the lace, and it touched the lace and the lace burnt. And you know, lace is net. Lace is net. There's nothing anybody wants to say. Lace is net. So that was how I burnt the lace. And I had to go outside to tell her that there's an issue. I think I burnt your mom's lace. Is there a problem? Because is there a way you can give her maybe like one of your wigs to wear for the wedding? Then I would have to replace the lace and do the hair and send here. That hair took about a week, because for me to get the same quality of lace around where I stay was hectic. That was the worst experience of my life. And since then, trust me, there's nothing anybody will tell me. I, for one, know that pressing iron is for clothes, not for hairs. I, for one, I know that. But at the same time, right, there's nothing bad with experimenting, especially when you want your hair to give, when you want it to slay, you want the hair to give and all, and maybe you're trying to impress a particular client and you go out of your ways, go out of your values to make this thing happen. And it happened, it went sour. So that was the last day I ever used pressing iron on my hair. That was the last, like absolute last. There's nothing anybody can tell me. I never used pressing iron again. And also, as I evolved in the hair making business, I got to learn that pressing iron spoils hair a lot. You can have, it dries hair. And that's why I say, most times after revamping my hair and I'm about to style, I always tell my clients, I always tell my students, or maybe subscribers, people who are watching me, that you need to not let your hair dry before you start styling it, because you need that moisture. You need it to lock in somehow into the hair. So don't let your hair dry out before you start styling it, especially when you're doing a heat styling. If you're doing a heatless coil, so you're using like a flexi rod and hair mills to coil your hair in a heatless form, I can't fault you when you do anything wrong. I can't fault you if you choose to do it dry. It's fine. But when you're applying heat, please make sure your hair is damp. Please make sure your hair is damp, because else, sorry, Shiloh, sorry, please take her inside. So that is it about the pressing iron issue. And I learned that it damages hair. It makes your hair break so bad. So just take a look at how good this hair is looking, even as we're not yet done with the hair. So I did like a series styling challenge where I styled like 4 hairs. I started a curly hair, I started a 5x5 closure chestnut brown hair. I styled my body wave hair, I called it. I also styled my bob frontal wig, and now I'm styling my client's wig. I already did this styling initially. I already styled it before, but I kept it in a backpack and then it wasn't really as straight as I would want to deliver it, and I'm supposed to deliver it today. So I try as much as possible to deliver it to her this evening. That was the experience with the pressing iron thing on her. It was so scary. Another experience I'd like to share is that one time I had this client that loves to rock human hair, donor hairs. Her hairs are nothing less short of like over hundreds of thousands. She buys hair for like 500,000, 600,000. Provided the hair is a good hair, forget it, she will buy. So she bought that hair, and I think she went to a quack stylist. She came to my store initially to style her hair, and I wasn't available because I was shuttling work and side hustle together. So I wasn't available. So she went to a different store to style the hair, and they applied oil on the hair. And because they applied oil on the hair, bone straight hairs don't need oil, because if you put oil, it would how do they call it now? It will cling together. Yeah, so it will just form like a block. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but that was what happened with this lady's hair. So the day I was now available, she brought the hair to me. She said, please, I don't know what this woman did to my hair. It's this, it's that, blah, blah, blah. I looked at the hair. I said, what did she apply? She said she cannot even tell what she applied. Maybe she used oil sheen. I don't know if most people here know what oil sheen is, but oil sheen is one spray that has oil that they use for braids only. So oil sheen is usually for braids. After you finish braiding, you apply your oil sheen. Sha, 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 sha. Your braids will be looking shiny and bright. Oil sheen is not for hair. It's not for human hair. It's not for wigs. They have wig oils. They have serums. They have a lot of things you can use for your hair. But oil sheen is far from those things you can use for your hair. So I collected the hair, looked at the hair, and then I brought out my tools. I started treating the hair. I washed it first with my shampoo. Then I was using Cantu hair care products. They're also very good. So I was using Cantu to style then. So I had this Cantu shampoo and conditioner. And also then I was also using Ifo Eneda, Beautiful Eneda. There's one Nigerian celebrity that has a hair care brand. So I use these two. I use Cantu and I used Ifo Eneda products to wash the hair. After I washed the hair, I conditioned the hair. After I conditioned the hair, I still applied mayonnaise treatment. There's this hair mayo. Applied hair mayo treatment. I steamed the hair. She was in my store from morning. She left my store at I think 5, but she left happy. I don't know if I'm going to still see that video somewhere. She left happy. So after I washed the hair, treated the hair, and then I was about to dry the hair, she was still scared. She was like, oh my god, what kind of bad luck is this? This woman just wants to ruin my whole day, because she was supposed to travel to, she studied at Ekpoma, a university in Edo State. So she was supposed to go back to Ekpoma. She was supposed to go see her boyfriend and all. So she was like, and this is what she has planned to go to Benin with, to Ekpoma with, and all. So when I started drying the hair, she was scared. She was just shaking where she was. She was like, God, I pray this hair comes back to life. She was like, Mama, if you can bring this hair back to life, anything you want. Do you want to eat lace? Because they used to sell food. There's this restaurant that is in my area. And Mama, do you want to eat lace? Can I go and buy lace for you? As we were talking, she already left though. Went to Liz, bought jollof rice, bought my wine for me, and also she brought it back. We're still drying the hair, and after we finished drying the hair, guess what? This hair came back to life. This hair came back to life. This hair came back to strands like this. It came back to strands like this. We were shocked. We were like, so this hair made it. She was so happy. And then after washing the hair, I installed the hair for her. She was really excited, and she left. So that one also, I had to tell her that if possible, if she's moved by the spirit, she can go back to that woman that made her hair to maybe notify her that, oh madam, you almost ruined my hair because of this, so please subsequently don't apply XYZ, because some customers also do that to me, right? If there is something, because of course we don't know everything in the world, so there are specific kind of things that they will do, right? And they want us to know about it. So you should go back there and tell that woman that she ruined her hair, and for subsequent time, not for her, but maybe for other of our customers, please, she shouldn't use oil on the hair. She said no, she's not going back there. What's she going back there to do? That she should use oil on the hair, on another person's hair. And when that person comes, the person is going to fight her and beat her up and the rest of it. And we all laughed about it. But it's not funny, right? I also had a customer experience one time where she came to my store on a Sunday morning to install her hair. She came to install her hair, and I installed the hair. The hair was like a deep wave. So for deep wavy hair, when you apply your leave-in conditioner, you apply all the conditioning things, and you comb it or you brush it, it will straighten a bit. Not like straighten, but it will just give like a straight form. Then after giving the straight form, it will now curl. So that was it. I applied it, and I was trying to detangle it with a brush because it will curl back. And she was like, no, it won't curl back, it will remain straight. I said, there's no way. If this hair's natural form is to be straight, it will be straight, because we're not straightening. If this hair's natural form is to be curly, it will remain curly, because we're not using anything on it. It's different if we're using a straightener or a heating machine or something, or a hot comb on it to straighten it, but we're not using a hot comb to straighten it. So what do you mean by leave-in conditioner or combing it will straighten a curly hair? And I was trying to make her understand that you cannot straighten a curly hair. But some people will know more than you. There's this series I'm seeing on TikTok now that people will go to people's place, maybe like a makeup artist, and say, is this how you do makeup? They ask, are you a makeup artist? You say no. Say, okay, so keep your mouth shut. All right, thank you. And then the makeup artist will ask the client, are you a makeup artist? And when the client says no, they'll say, okay, so do well by shutting your mouth. Those are some customers need that kind of approach, right? Because you don't know nothing. I know better than you, but you want to also teach me my work when you don't know nothing. You don't know product formulation. You don't know what products works for what products. You don't know what oil, what shampoo is good for your hair. You don't know what hydrating shampoo is and cream shampoo is. You don't know what hydrating conditioner is and the regular conditioner is. You don't know nothing, but you want to come teach me how to do my job as a stylist. So some clients deserve treatment like that. When I see it, I laugh, but yeah, they deserve treatment like that. I also watch TikTok videos of one lady who I think she was making braids, and she's like, no, I asked for locks. And you know that first locks, you have to do single braids on there, then you start installing the locks. So tell me why the lady was bent on, I didn't ask for braids. I asked for locks. And the stylist in question was telling her that I am still on this. I'm still on it. I haven't finished what I am doing on your hair. I'm just getting started. We'll definitely install the locks, but for us to install the locks, we have to have single braids. And she was just talking. In my mind, I'm like, thank God for patience. Thank God for the gift of discernment, because some people, it gets to a point where you just say, you know what, okay, It's not a problem. I'll refund your money. Sorry for wasting your time. Please, you can go somewhere else to do your hair. Okay? And then when they go somewhere else to do their hair, they see that it's the same thing as what you were doing. And then they feel like a fool that they actually are. Another thing I saw recently, not recently though, sometime last year, this was trending, was one JJ Helot on Nigerian TikTok of, I think, a client ordered the hair and the client was expecting the hair and the hair didn't come at the time the client was expecting the hair. And when the client reached out to the lady that I think this is not the hair I ordered, or the hair did not come when it was supposed to come, and all, the lady started insulting her that you are a fool. I know that the lady went overboard, like, which is the person who owns the business went overboard, because for me, I don't see any kind of I don't know what the lady said to her to start with, because at some point I was asking, I need to know what the customer sent to her so that we'll know if the customer also was moving mad before the lady had to move mad with her. But we only heard one side of not one side of the story. I didn't follow up all the stories, but the story, the side I heard was the side where the vendor was insulting the customer to the core, insulting her, calling her names, because insulting her. She also insulted her father. She insulted their business, so they were angry and they were insulted. So, but some clients, right, can get you on your nerves like that. Trust me, some clients can get you on your nerves like that. One time, I also had another crisis with a client. Not like a crisis though, per se, but I work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, and then Saturday. Then I used to own a store, and then Saturday is the only day I have to go to the store and do things. And I also have a family, right, that I take care of, and then I was still schooling. So it was too much work for me, going to school, managing my business, managing my kids, managing family, and the rest of it. It was just too much for me, but I thank God I was able to push through. Too much for me, too much financial responsibility, too much emotional, too much everything. So she gave me her hair to, I think I have posted her hair here on my short, one of my shorts. If you scroll down my shorts videos, scroll down, maybe a few of the first shots I've ever posted, you see a red wig, a red fringe wig. I made that wig. I revamped that wig. Hi, Happiness Basi. Thank you for commenting. I made that wig. I revamped that wig. She sent me a black wig, very black, and said she wants it to be red. She wants me to revamp it. All right, no problem. I told her the cost. She said it's not an issue. She paid and all. And I told her that, oh, your hair is going to take a minimum of 2 weeks to get ready, because I don't follow hair, especially when it comes to revamping and bleaching. I don't do them immediately to avoid breakage. So sometimes I let the hair rest. After you finish bleaching the hair and treat the hair, I hydrate the hair and I let it rest, because I need those moisture to lock into the hair before I start styling. But I'm definitely going to wig it, but styling it may take some time. She said, how long? I said 2 weeks. And she said, oh, 2 weeks will be too much for her. Mind you, I'm working on two of her hairs, not one. 2 weeks will be too much. And I said, okay, it's not a problem. Do you want me to refund your money so you can do somewhere else where they can get it back to you as soon as you want? And she said, oh no, I've seen your work online. Oh, I love your work. I love how you do things. I even love your customer relationship, how you respond to your customer. I appreciate that you told me the time frame for this hair, but I'll appreciate if you can do it faster. And I said, baby, I cannot do it anything less than 2 weeks. I will try to see if I can deliver it to you within 10 days. 2 weeks is 14 days, right? So I said I will try to see if I can deliver it to you within 10 days, but I cannot do 2 weeks. I cannot do like a week or shorter than that because I have other activities. And to remind you, I also work. So she said, "Oh, okay, that's fine. Oh, she doesn't mind." And I said, "Okay, no problem." I proceeded to working on the hair, and on the 7th day, I received a message. I already finished styling the hair, and she said, please, that she wants to travel. One thing in Nigeria is that anybody that gives you a job to do, right, the next minute they are planning to travel. I promise you, anybody that just gives you something, like maybe you are like a hair vendor or you're a clothing vendor or something, the minute they give you the job, the next minute they are traveling. Sometimes it can be true, like genuine, they're traveling, while sometimes it is not true. Mind you, this customer, I don't know her. I haven't seen her before. She met me on Instagram. She went through my work. She saw that she liked what I did, what I do, and she proceeded to hit me up. So I told her, okay, so what do we do? Do I wibble it to you? She'd be like, oh no, that would be too much financial strain on her for her to wibble, for me to wibble it to her. Please, she would like me to hasten up and all. I said, it will be hard for me to hasten up because I love to plan myself. And if there's one thing currently, I am very career driven. I wouldn't want to fall short of my expectations at work because what's making her cry? I wouldn't want to fall short of my expectations at work because I'm trying to make a client happy and make my job cry. So that is why I have given you a time frame that fits for both my job, both my personal life, and also to help me deliver to you. And remember, I told you that I was going to refund your money. If you want it, I'll refund it to you. So you can look for someone who can give you who can revamp the hair for you and give you within the time frame you wanted. And you said no, you wanted me because you have seen my work online, you like how they are, you like how I work, you like my job and the rest of it. So it has to be me or nobody. All right, so I cannot deliver to you within that period. And then she pleaded, and after so much pleading, I said, okay. I think I worked late at my store. I worked late for 2 days. I worked late till 10 p.m. because I was trying to meet up to this client's job. So I worked late till 10 p.m. for those 2 days. Oops. It just happened. So, see another challenge I'm facing, right? This lace is already so weak that I wore it on my mannequin head and it started peeling, or it started to tear. I have to look for a way around it. I think I have to. I don't know how the person who rigged this hair didn't really do a good job, man. Didn't really do a good job at all, because how can a wig cap be so small? Why would it be so small? It's just so small. I have to look for a way around it because I need to fix the front of the wig. trying to see how I can still work with. I still work with the band. I think this works better. I'll continue my story shortly. I need to get this fixed because I need to straighten the front part of the hair. The both parts tore. The both parts of the hair tore. But I'm grateful that it wasn't really, it was very close to the lace. So I can always stitch it together with this and the lace to make it even tighter. Yeah? Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So as I was telling my story, so and I told her that, oh, remember I asked you if you would like me to do a refund of your money so you can look for someone who can now do the hair for you within your desired time frame, as I'm unable to deliver within that time. And you rejected. You said no, you wanted it to be me because you have seen my work and you like what I do and all. And she said yes, that she does know and blah blah blah. So I thought, okay, let me see what I can do. So that week, for 2 days straight, I overworked myself because after I closed from work, at 5. I get to my store at around 7 p.m. and then I start working on her hair until 10 p.m. And one thing with me is that when it comes to my client's hair, I like to do it myself. I don't know about other stylists or other wig makers. I like to do it myself. Although I had workers, but I feel like they don't have the technical know-how to make a client's hair to perfection. So I'd rather do it myself to avoid more complaints. So when the client is trying to throw a fit or make issues, I know that, oh, this client is just trying to cause problems because I actually worked on this hair myself. So did it by myself. And on the 7th day, I took the hair with me to work and I ordered the ride. Do you know that this lady left the hair with that rider for over 3 to 4 days without picking it up? The rider was calling me, madam, your customer have not collected your hair. The hair, your hair is still with me. Your customer have not collected the hair. And I wrote to her. I said, hi, how are you? The dispatch rider has been calling me that you're yet to pick up your hair. Is there an issue? Because you said you were traveling, so I had to deliver it to you within the short time frame. And she said, oh, sorry, my trip was postponed. Sorry, I didn't tell you. My trip was postponed. So, but I'm going to collect it from him on Tuesday. And that Tuesday was the original day I wanted to deliver her hair. That was the original time frame I calculated that I'd be able to deliver the hair. So why make me deliver it on Thursday before, on the week before, Thursday the week before? Why? Why make it look like, oh, I need the hair like today, I need the hair like now because I want to use it, oh, I'm traveling and the rest of it, and then I go out of my way, I overwork myself, worked overtime, because I'll call it an overtime because for me to have worked in my office from 9 to 5, go back to my store and work until 10 p.m., go back home, also see to it that my baby's items for school. The next day is ready, and then I wake up early, go to work again. I come back from work, continue your work. Why make me do that? Why make me go through all that when you know that you're so when